several clergy in Russia.
Was the Pope appealing for peace, or was he praying for peace?
And the same applies to the Kaliningrad.
Yeah, that's a good question. So what do you have to say about that, guys? Folks, we have a good turnout, a large number of members of the team on the show tonight, but there's one missing. Poor Frank fell and died on Thursday. And I want to say a few words and dedicate this show to him, because when I first started using social media and I saw the term Facebook friend, I inwardly scoffed. I thought, that's a misuse of the word friend. Some random person you've met online cannot possibly be a real friend. I was wrong. I met Frank. Frank was so obviously a lovely guy. We were kindred spirits. We shared a mission to promote rationalism and critical thinking. He had been active in his Kentucky locality for years and had met key players such as the late Dwayne Gish and Ken Ham, who launched the Ark Encounter and Answers in Genesis Museum in nearby to Louisville. Part of the reason that I make shows like this is because of the encouragement of people like Frank. He wanted to get involved and was a guest on Free Thought Hour and became a regular panelist on Views on the News, this show. So Free Thought Channel has become like a family for me, and I will miss Frank enormously.
Could I add something to that?
Sure, please do.
It's something good to see other atheists in the South. We don't have an opportunity to know each other very well because there's a lot of stigma around it, particularly in this environment. But if there's one thing I liked about Frank is that he's always made me feel very comfortable and speaking out about my thoughts to a welcoming audience. And it's good to have a welcoming audience. And so in memory of him, I'm going to make sure that to celebrate his life and the work that he does, that I'm going to continue to do the work that I'm doing and encourage other people to speak out and speak up when they need to about matters of dogma and needless harm and skepticism and free thinking that we celebrate here in this podcast. So thank you, Frank, and let's continue the good work. I think we're doing a good job here.
I'd like to add something too. John, I would like to start by saying that I was also in the past very skeptic about Facebook friends, but I've met the most incredible people via my online connections. I've had the privilege of meeting you in person, and I always hoped that Frank and his family, or at least his wife, would be able to come out to South Africa and visit us, because every invitation that I offer is a real, it's not a joke. And it's funny that when we have these panel discussions, if somebody's not there because they're busy or they couldn't make it, you miss them, but they're still there. And when I heard about Frank's passing, and I realized that tonight we will have to look at the screen and Frank won't be there, but he won't be there. He will never be where he was, where we used to see him. And I would like to extend my sincere condolences to his friends, family, especially his children and his wife. And I wish that I could have met him in person, because I think he must have been the most amazing person. And the way, what really struck me is that his listening. And I learned from Frank, because being on YouTube and being somebody who's very opinionated and who says a lot, Frank always listened more than he spoke. And that's something I'll try to emulate. And I learned from Frank how to do that on the internet. Thank you, Frank. You touched our lives all the way to the southern tip of Africa. Go well, my friend.
Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Mhm.